Welcome to Required Taste Podcast. We are back. It's your boy Dirty D.
It's your boy Tech Daddy.
And it's Queen Bee.
Wow, it's been a while since we had the three of us.
Yeah.
It has been a while. It's kind of nice, actually.
Yeah.
Bringing it back to like I can't say it's like the throwback to the classic, but it's getting, it's like, you know.
It's the second edition.
Yeah, this is the young podcast right here.
Right.
You know, a young Required Taste.
Also really nice not getting yelled at.
Oh, yeah, you had a whole ride here without being yelled at.
It was so peaceful.
You weren't stressed out, so we had to stress you out by making you watch baby zebras cross the fucking river in Africa.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, versus like baby zebras versus Nile crocodile.
That was so stressful for me.
If anybody's watched Planet Earth 2 on Netflix with David Attenborough, you know what episode we're talking about. We have to watch the next episode just to show that
it cut off at the worst possible time.
Suspense.
Every time David Attenborough says some grimace shit about an animal, when he's like, and you'll never know how much longer he has. I'm like, neither do you, motherfucker. You're fucking 107 years old.
Oh,
he's 93.
Well, close enough.
93. So
the baby zebra did survive.
The baby zebra did indeed survive. So we were able to record today.
Thank God.
Because I don't think we would have made it.
I would have had a nervous breakdown if that baby zebra would have gotten eaten by a crocodile.
Yeah, I don't think we would have actually made this episode possible.
Nope, I would have gotten in my car and went home.
Yep.
To a mental hospital.
Yeah, I think in celebration of Women's History Month, you not riding with Ben for a day.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of a break.
Just a little bit of a break to celebrate.
We still love you, Ben, but it's a little more peaceful.
Oh, good times, good times. Well, if you made it this far, we should probably do our intro. Welcome to Required Taste Podcast. We are a history-based podcast. We do history, mystery, music at times. If you're a new listener, welcome. We appreciate you giving us a listen to. We do a little bit of banter at the beginning of our episodes, obviously, to get the ice broken and kind of get us loosened up a little bit before we dive into the topic. So stick around a little bit. You'll get to the meat and potatoes of what you are here to hear. If you're a return listener, we appreciate you sticking with us. We are almost at a 3-year anniversary for this podcast, which is ridiculous to say out loud.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is. Time has flown.
It really has.
So fast.
Oh, yeah.
So fast. Yeah, so thanks for sticking with us through all of our ups, downs, our missed episodes, our great episodes, our beer releases. We've done 2 of them.
Oh, yeah.
Coming to see us, coming to support us, for buying our merch. Those that have done that. You know, we just appreciate all the support you've given us over these years. So as usual, we hope you're doing good, well today. We hope you drink some water, and of course you get your forehead kisses. Nice. Mm-hmm. Very nice. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been a
We did them last week, didn't we?
I wasn't here.
He was, yeah.
Oh, week before that
last week, yeah.
Was it 2 weeks?
Right?
Okay. I don't know.
We did it recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Within the past 2 or 3 weeks.
I don't remember. We have, I feel like we record, I mean, I'm on every episode, so I'm just used to it.
Yeah.
But like, we're recording with so many different sets now. Mm-hmm. Like before it was just the dudes. Now it's like, oh, B will be on episode, or like it was me and Ben, or me and D. It's like there's so many different, I would say, like loadouts.
Combinations.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, we got a whole crew now. It's nice.
Yeah, which is great. I mean, for putting out content, not missing any episodes, at least. Like we've actually done a really good job of like staying on top of that.
It's really helpful to have more people in that aspect.
Indeed.
For sure.
I think we took a month break during December.
At the end of it.
If that was last year or the year before that.
It was last year. The end of the year, like the holiday season, I think we might have missed 1 or 2.
But honestly, we've ever since then, we've never really stopped. So
yeah, that's definitely more beneficial for us and for the listeners. So like we don't have to stress, and the listeners don't have to miss us.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we all know that they do.
Mm-hmm.
We will keep churning out content on a regular basis.
We're gonna try to.
we do it for y'all.
Indeed.
For you guys.
Indeed. Also, if you're not following us, give us a follow. I noticed like we have a lot more followers on social media than we do on Spotify.
Yeah, if you guys give us a share, a follow every time someone clicks on our stuff and we go up in monthly streams, it helps us out a lot. We're getting really close to hitting some numbers that's going to allow us to do some even cooler things.
True.
Yeah. So sharing is really helpful. just engaging with stuff is super, super helpful because that improves our reach, that allows other people to see us, and gives us a little boost.
Indeed. Stay tuned as well. We're going to be doing our 3-year anniversary stream on the Panel Network too.
Yeah.
I talked to Steve. He's down. We just got to find the date, and we'll be moving on with that too. So stay tuned.
And the audio is going to work this time, we promise.
Yeah. Poor Steve. He felt so bad. He felt so bad.
You did your best, Steve.
He really did. It
happens, man.
It does.
I remember I was I do like filming stuff for my job, and I was filming the president of our company, and he blocked out an hour of his schedule to do this filming project, and he filmed it. We did everything. He literally left the state, and then I went back to edit, and I realized I had no audio.
Oh.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep.
Ouch.
Yeah. So it happens to the best of us.
Well, I think it went okay. You're still employed, so
sure
that's
did.
nice.
Yeah. No, he was very understanding about it. He was very kind. Thank God.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. That's really good.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the CEO of my job would chop my head off.
Yeah.
And play soccer with it. I mean, I'm sure he doesn't know why I exist in the first place, which is fine.
Sometimes that's better.
Yeah. Yeah, out of 70,000 employees, he does not know who the fuck I am.
When they know who you are, they ask you for things all the time.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep.
The guy who owns my company, every now and then he shows up and he always has Crocs on and golf shorts, no matter what time of year. Yeah,
I love that.
He's a real rugged dude, but just the sight of him for some reason gives there's fear in my heart, and I have no reason to fear this man. Other than the fact that I know he owns a company.
Yeah.
But every time I see him, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta work.
I work with our CEO on a weekly basis at least, sometimes several times a week. So at first I remember being afraid, when he would be in the room or I would work with him. But that's just completely gone now. I'm just so used to working with him that he does come in the room and I'm mentally making fun of the pants that he's wearing that day.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the guy, he likes to come in and he'll give me beef jerky because he hunts. It's deer jerky.
Nice.
Whenever
deer jerky's good stuff.
Yeah, whenever we'll do jobs and he knows I got something done or we passed some type of test or something like that, it's I'll see him coming towards me and I get the panic attack and I'll start working and I'll pop my hood up and he's right fucking there.
With meat.
Yeah, and he's
shoving meat in your mouth.
He's good job on them pipes. And he fucking just hands me a bag of fucking meat.
Hell yeah.
Incredible.
I like that though.
Yeah,
it's good.
and those are
good
pretty
stuff.
much the only words I've ever exchanged with them in the 10 years I've been there.
Love it.
I might have told this story before a long time ago, but I remember I was still working for, this is 2 companies ago now, and we're having our it was our office Christmas party or whatever it was. I remember there was beer that was free. That was cool. So our brand new CEO, I had never met him. I never seen him before until he was up on stage giving some speech about whatever numbers being great and us not getting a bonus. So you know how the CEOs do.
As the CEOs do.
As they do. As they do. So I was half-assedly paying attention because I was thinking oh, there's free food and beer after this. Let's wrap this shit up, dude. Mm-hmm. So I was standing on the railing in the office talking to my coworkers, drinking a beer, enjoying myself. This dude walks up to me out of nowhere. He's like, "Hey, you enjoying yourself?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm having a good time. Whatever." And he's a few feet away from me. I'm like, "Who the fuck was that guy?"
Who's that fucking loser?
That's the best.
And he was definitely within earshot. There was
so
no
funny.
way he did not hear that.
It's so funny.
Less than arm's reach away from me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure everyone in our company knows who our CEO is because of me, because I'm constantly putting him on camera.
Well, I'm sure he loves that.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting a new CEO at my job. I don't know how that's going to go. I got my bonus check first, though, so I really don't give a fuck what she does.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, actually, speaking of Women's History Month, our new CEO is a woman, actually.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. I hope she does well. I want more money, so if she does that, I'm her biggest fan.
That's really all that matters.
That's all I give a fuck about, really.
That's all that matters.
It's always funny when somebody messaged me out where oh, well, so-and-so wants this to be done. Who the fuck is that? Because I don't pay attention to our hierarchy at all.
Mm-hmm.
I know who my boss is. I know who their boss is and their boss. That's as far as my bosses go because I don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. And then oh, I'm in a meeting with the CEO of the technology group. That's fine. Okay. Who the fuck's this guy? This is why I always double check my mic's muted because
I am 2 removed from our CEO.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
So my boss has a boss, and then that boss's boss is the CEO. So there are 2 people.
I'm 6. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
They should never know my name. And I'm okay with that.
That's like I said, that's better.
Yeah. The 1 3-up does know my name very well and never in a good way. Whenever I hear from him, it's usually because something's gone horribly wrong and it's on me.
Oh man.
It's like, oh, something's gone really bad. Yeah, it's always a good time. Don't work in corporate America.
No, 0 out of 10 would not recommend.
Would never do this again.
Okay, I will say I like my job.
That's
we were
true,
just
you do.
talking earlier about how much I like my job, but
that's why I'm trying to get a job with you. Shit,
I'm kind of a rare case. I feel
like right before we started recording, I'm like, so y'all hiring? What's up? I'm like, because I am actively applying for new jobs right now.
Man, come work with us. Come work with me.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
I gotta go talk to the wizards again.
Yeah, could you imagine calling Aaron Tech Daddy at work?
Oh my gosh, HR would be all over me.
Slips out.
Oh man, that reminds me. So I was talking to the Jess about like she got a new car or whatever, and we're talking about like how like the dealership might have paid for her plates. Well, when I got my car, they paid for my plates. They paid for like my registration, my first set of plates. They gave it to me for part of my. I don't know if they paid for it when I bought the car. I don't know. Whatever. I got them from Honda. Dope. And I'm like, yeah, that's why my license plate doesn't say Tech Daddy. She's like, I am so thankful for that. Like, you were denying me.
Oh, man.
Greatest. I am buying one of my dream cars, hopefully this year. And when I do that, that license plate is going to say Tech Daddy.
Hell yeah,
you will know it's me.
Hell yeah, it is.
I just imagine you pulling up with like the Ferris Bueller's Day Off music playing.
Yep.
With the license plate and the,
You worked
sun
with
in
me.
the background.
Well, because what makes it even better, it is a convertible.
Oh,
So-
Yeah,
there
that's
you
exactly
go.
what I picture.
Yep.
If you worked with me, the first thing I'm doing is changing your name on Teams to Tech Daddy.
That's fantastic. I'm saying, like, if they give me what I'm looking for financially, we are in business.
Yeah, I think they absolutely would, but we'll see.
That's fantastic.
We'll figure it out.
I don't have any.
I have to actually go to the office, though, which is going to be weird. I haven't socialized in a while.
Not every day. It's hybrid, I think.
I can live with that because it's not that far.
No, it's not far at all.
My current job wanted me to go downtown Chicago every 3 days a week.
Ugh.
Yeah, right next to Sears Tower too.
Big yikes.
Couldn't be me.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Couldn't be me.
That's where our old information security officer is working now.
Oh, wait, at my company or just downtown?
Down across from Sears Tower.
Oh, well, so like if he's working with my company, we have things to talk about.
Well, he's trying to get on the podcast.
Oh yeah, we definitely have something to talk about. Like, hey, dude, this sucks. Get out while you can.
Yeah.
They're gonna entice you with a lot of money.
We gotta get him on here.
Take the money and leave.
That we do.
Yeah, we do. We haven't had a guest on here in a while.
Yeah. He's waiting. He said just,
Yeah. I mean, my schedule's going to open up soon because I'm actually not going to be traveling as much for at least.
Yeah, I think next couple
3 weeks.
We can squeeze them in. Probably.
Well, I mean, we're going out of town next month. My birthday.
Oh yeah, that's right. Fucking A.
Mm-hmm.
What are the dates on you? We'll figure that out.
No, I'm about to say, I'm not saying it on the podcast.
We'll figure that out. Off-air conversation.
Yeah, like just know that I'm leaving. Required taste. I'm out.
Yep.
For a few days.
For a few days.
Can't wait. Can't wait. I can't wait to have a vacation where I'm not expected to do anything. Like, I don't have anywhere to actually have to be. Like, I'm not out of town for a wedding. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've enjoyed every wedding I've been to. You know, I've been to Kentucky a lot more than I thought I would be in recent months. But, you know.
Yeah. It's nice to not be on anyone else's schedule.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's an actual vacation. Like, actually being on my own schedule, which involves time for naps, by the way. Whenever I've traveled, I always make time in the middle of my day. Like, I've done a lot this morning. I might get a little eepy.
The best thing is, like, say you go somewhere where there's a beach, right?
Oh, yeah.
You go somewhere where there's a beach, you get up, you go to the beach, you spend all morning at the beach, you go back to your hotel, take a shower, and you take that nap.
Oh, that nap is so fire.
That pre-dinner nap.
Yeah, let that vitamin D run through your.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because you wake up feeling real good.
Get it all.
Your
charged and
sunburnt.
pressed in you.
Yeah, you gotta hydrate.
Oh my gosh, incredible. That is the nap.
That is top tier.
Yep.
I haven't felt that in quite some time. I want to say, like, last time I did that was, like, in the Dominican, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so top tier.
when Low Country in the summertime, we would do that. We would meet up at Miller Beach in the morning before show, and we would just like fucking lay there for like a few hours, and then we'd get food, and then we'd be like, all right, we'll see you guys in a couple hours for loading, and we would all go home and like sleep for a little bit, and then
it's beautiful, man.
Yeah, it was nice.
It's beautiful. It's how it should be.
We used to do that at the cottage.
Dude, man.
Get up, spend all morning on the lake.
Yeah, I remember waking up with like a burger, like a half-eaten burger, like next to the fucking bed.
Oh, yeah.
Just, like waking up and eating it again, like sweet.
Oh,
Oh God, I don't know why that's reminded me of that one year where we both saw Charlie try to get into the hammock.
Oh yeah, that was
from
hilarious.
different angles.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
No.
Yeah.
So he was like in the main house. I was in the side barn, and we were both looking at the same thing at the same time.
my
Had
gosh.
no idea,
Watching this man struggle trying to get it.
and he had no idea. So like he's out there struggling trying to get into this
He was
hammock.
having a hard time getting into the hammock?
Yes,
It was in the
Oh,
morning.
Charlie.
He probably thought he was safe. He's like, no one's looking.
but me and Deej were
We
both
had
up.
Aaron just judging hard as fuck.
And I had no idea. And what makes it better is we didn't know about that we both saw the same thing until months afterwards.
And then you talked about it and you're like,
360 surround.
incredible.
That was good stuff. Yeah, that hammock was solid though. I used to wake up.
yeah.
I'm a morning person anyways, by trade, not by choice. And I would be in that hammock reading a book before everybody got up.
Yeah.
And it was the best time
Yep.
before anybody bothered me I've ever had.
I always slept in, so I wouldn't wake up until like everyone else was already awake.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, waking up for the epic breakfasts
Oh, yeah.
that
Yep.
have been made in that
That
place.
was Sunday. Was it usually Saturday or Saturday morning? We would do the big breakfast.
Yep, Saturday mornings.
Yeah. So
Because
that's-
everybody was there.
Yeah. So that's the day that I would get up kind of early-ish so I could go help make breakfast.
Yeah, we ate so many eggs. We ate eggs like they were so cheap back then.
Oh, I know. We would get like 12 dozen eggs.
Yep. And they would all be gone.
Demolish them all.
we had it so good.
Oh, we had no idea how good we had it. We had no idea.
No idea how good we had it.
All the pancakes,
Oh, so good.
all the bacon. we ended up talking about food anyway.
We were kings.
We were kings.
we were kings and queens. We didn't even know
We
it.
didn't even know
We
it.
had 24-hour Walmart.
Oh my god, the 24-hour
Yeah, dude.
Walmart.
Yeah.
$1 make chickens.
Can't beat that, dude. Yeah.
Back in the day.
You could have $4 and get fries,
So
drink,
what-
and a burger.
Yep.
But what
and
we
the
would
chicken.
do was we would go up there. It would be me and like whoever wanted to come up early to help set up. And on the way in, there was a Wendy's by the highway. And so
Okay.
we would get there, grab Wendy's, go back to the house, drop off all our shit, and just slam some Wendy's.
Hell yeah.
And then we would go to Walmart and go get all the shit.
I was there early one year.
Yeah.
I came up a day. I think like the last time I came up there a day early. And I might have been doing a bit over the speed limit because I drove straight from work. So I worked like South Chicago, and I went from South Chicago all the way up to Michigan to where the cottage was, and I beat everybody there.
I remember that.
Yeah, I got there, it was dark. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, well, so he gave me the key code to get into the to like get in, and so I'm just up there by myself in this cottage that is usually filled with people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was sundown. I'm like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I started reading a book, obviously. Like, if this bitch is haunted, I'm about to find out. It was incredibly creepy, by the way.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It was,
I never felt creeped out there, but I grew up there, so that's probably why.
yeah, I was a black dude in the middle of
Yeah.
not knowing where I was. It was.
I did have a really bad mushroom trip there one time, though.
I can see that.
Mm.
I can see that.
Yeah. That was rough.
We need to get a lake house. We need to work on that lake house idea. I want
my
to
God,
get
I
back to
know.
that and start saving some money again. Anyways.
My family is looking into it. Like my mom's side of the family.
Oh, no shit.
We're all looking at because we all miss the cottage so much.
I mean, it was good stuff.
Yes. And like me and my whole family, we all grew up there. Me and all my cousins, we all grew up there. And so we're all kind of like in positions now where we can potentially financially contribute to that. So
Very good.
yeah. So we're looking
I'm also talking to three other people who would not be named about getting a lake house as well. We could be neighbors.
hell
We're
yeah.
gonna work on this.
Hell yeah.
Gonna Gonna work on this.
We're going to work together. We're going to be lake house neighbors. DJ, where are you at in this?
Right? Does your job need a welder?
Yeah.
I'm making a van.
Okay.
Stay in one of those by a lake.
Yep.
Near a lake.
By a lake. Just park it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's which lake do you live by? Anyone I want.
Right? Mobile.
Doesn't matter.
Hell yeah. I need to get like one of those vans from like the early 90s though, man.
Yeah, honestly, that's like something I've been really considering instead of like getting a newer car. Just kind of looking around for a solid van. It's had some good work done to it,
Yeah. Well, I mean, you paid off your car. Might as well do.
Absolutely see you driving a van.
I used to.
Yeah.
Like it was a van or a truck for like the longest time. This car has been the exception to that.
Well, yeah, you've always had a giant vehicle, and now you have a clown car.
Yep. That motherfucker goes though, right there. Yep.
I mean, not fast, but it does.
It gets there,
Technically, it goes.
I'm pretty sure I could run faster than that. I think can accelerate. Like it's.
And you would do it a lot more quietly.
like at a 40-yard dash, he would probably beat my car.
I can almost guarantee it. Like I can almost guarantee it. Like in the state that am in now, like the fat version of me, not even the high school track runner.
It's a 3-cylinder. It takes a little bit to. You got to be gentle with it.
I did not know that when I drove it back from Chicago one time.
Oh my God.
That's a whole nother story. That's an aftertaste story.
Yeah, that's definitely
boy.
That's an aftertaste story.
Tune in.
Yeah, if y'all didn't know, by the way, we have a after hours, as I like to call it,
After dark.
after dark podcast. It's our Patreon called Aftertaste. Follow us there. We have like what 7 or 8, 9 episodes. 8.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, something like that.
No. Anyways, it's $1 a month. So $1 a month, you too can learn about the mysteries of what happened in Chicago that made me drive DJ's car.
Yeah, we'll put that in the next aftertaste episode for sure.
My shoe size is almost bigger than your wheels.
Yeah, it's amazing how he was able to do it. Yep.
Yeah, I wear a size 12, and I think your rims are like, what, a 13?
That is hilarious.
I think 13 or 14. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty small.
So Sins has bigger shoes than your car has wheels.
Oh my God.
That's something that we now learned.
Hell yeah.
So funny.
That is so sad.
I hate that car so much.
Yeah. All right, moving on. So we might as well dive into the topic. I think we used this on a podcast with a question. We just kind of bantered our own way into it.
Yeah, we just went into it.
Yeah, that was
We're
good.
23 minutes into the episode, so we might as well just get going.
Yeah.
Women's Month. We unfortunately didn't start the month off with the topic for it, but we're doing it today at least. So, B, what's up?
Yeah, so we kind of wanted to do something a little lighter, a little more fun today. And we came up with the idea of talking about like some just things that women have invented because, women have contributed to the world, obviously, and in some of the literal best ways. So,
Yeah.
one of the best things on planet Earth, I think you all can agree, is a chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah, it's my top 3 cookies, yeah.
Straight out the oven.
Straight out the
dude.
oven.
Dude, there is nothing better than... Okay, now I'll take that back. Straight out of the oven, number 1 top cookie.
Yeah,
Yes.
Straight out the oven, glass of cold milk. Yeah.
Going to the grocery store. Carry on without me.
Yeah.
I'll be back with cookies and milk, though. It's fine.
Yeah, you can't beat that, man.
Yeah. So, chocolate chip cookies were invented by a woman. They were invented by Ruth Wakefield. So she invented chocolate chip cookies. There's a little bit of a story around it. We'll get there. But she and her husband, named Kenneth, they owned this inn called the Toll House Inn. If that sounds familiar.
It's all coming together.
Toll House.
Toll House cookies.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Nestle Toll House.
Okay. Yes,
Right?
yes, yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're getting somewhere.
We're making connections. So this was back in the 30s. The Toll House Inn is in Whitman, Massachusetts. It was a really popular kind of like tourist spot. It was popular for like travelers, people who were passing through. And she was basically like the chef in the kitchen. She handled all of their food stuff. And she was really known for making like amazing food. She was like a chef, like a food scientist. Like she knew what the fuck she was doing, right? people, it was a tourist spot because of the food. Like, people stopped there because the food was, like, renowned. She was a trained dietitian and a food scientist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So she had a popular cookie called the Butter Drop Dew, which was like a thin butterscotch kind of flavored cookie. And there's a little bit of a myth surrounding the invention of the chocolate chip cookie, right? I mean, a lot of people have probably heard that it was created accidentally, that the woman who invented it ran out of baker's chocolate, and so she decided to cut up some semi-sweet, just like Nestle Toll House chocolate and Nestle chocolate, and threw it in there thinking it would melt. It didn't melt. Boom, chocolate chip cookie. Not true. She was experimenting. She like knew what the fuck she was doing. And she was like, all right, I wonder what would happen if I did this. So it was intentional. It was not an accident. The accident thing is nice to think about, but it wasn't an accident.
Cool.
Yeah, she created chocolate chip cookies just kind of like by fucking around in the kitchen, experimenting. She loved it. Everyone around her loved it. Everyone who tasted it was like, this is the best thing I've ever eaten in my entire goddamn life. So she called it the Toll House Chocolate Crunch Cookie.
All right.
Mm-hmm. She started serving them at the inn. And guests at the Toll House Inn kept asking for the recipe. So it just like got super popular. Newspapers picked it up. Magazines picked it up. Basically like as viral as you can get in the 1930s. And then Nestle got involved, right? So sales for their semi-sweet chocolate bars were like skyrocketing because in her recipe, she mentioned specifically Nestle semi-sweet chocolate bars. So they're like, what's going on? You know, they investigate, they find Ruth's recipe. So Nestle reaches out to Ruth and they make a deal. She agrees to let them print her Toll House cookie recipe on their chocolate bar packaging in exchange for a lifetime supply of chocolate. Mm-hmm.
So she just does some Willy Wonka shit is what you're telling me.
That's basically a bold move right there.
I know.
Bold move.
Yeah, like she didn't patent it. She didn't, you know, she was just like, trade it for some chocolate. Which, like, honestly, I respect it.
Legit.
Yeah. So, well, they gave her like a one-time payment fee, which is rumored to be like $1. But it was most likely like a consulting fee.
Sure.
But Nestle made millions off of this recipe being printed on their, and it's still like if you buy like a bag of Nestle chocolate chips, it's on the back of it. That's like the original recipe.
Oh wow!
Wait, really? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
No shit.
That's cool.
Like, have you guys seen that Friends episode? Do you watch Friends?
I've never watched Friends.
You watch Friends? Yeah. Okay. So like the episode where Phoebe's trying to figure out like her great aunt's cookie recipe, and she's like, it's something French. It's Nestlé Toulouse.
I can hear her fucking saying that.
Yeah.
I don't think I remember the specific episode.
Oh my god, I'll play it for you after this. It's so funny.
Definitely grew up watching Living Single and not Friends.
Yeah.
Come on.
I think Friends was like a boredom thing. Like it was just like, I'm gonna get through this. Like it was all background noise for a while. I fell in love with Joey though. I love Joey.
Joey's great.
He's my dude.
Just saying, there's a copy of Living Single. White people can't have shit. Anyways, it's true. Look it up.
I have to watch Living Single.
It's one of my comfort shows.
Good Fresh out of my own mouth. Can't have shit. I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. So Nestle actually ended up inventing chocolate chips specifically for this recipe.
Oh.
Because before people were just like cutting up their chocolate bars.
Yeah.
So they invented like, oh, let's make this easier. Let's make a new product. Chocolate chips. Boom.
Good fucking idea.
Yeah. So They didn't even exist before this.
Wow.
So they invented chocolate chips in 1939 specifically for chocolate chip cookies.
So while Hitler was invading all of Europe, we were just over here making cookies.
Speaking of, one of the yeah.
Well, Ben's not even here.
Ben's not even here.
I know. One of the ways that these cookies went viral was they became really, really popular with American soldiers during World War II.
Okay.
And they were like sending them to each other, like all over the place. Like they would literally like get letters from their fellow soldiers being like, do you guys have any of them cookies over there?
You want some cookies, dude?
and I
You
swear
guys got any of that good shit?
that's like a thing in every military movie where like someone's mom sends them like cookies.
Yeah.
Dude,
know,
there's
like that's in
nothing
the military,
better
you know.
while you're in the middle of something really horrible than to get some homemade cookies from your mom.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So that was like kind of one of the main ways that it propelled chocolate chip cookies virally. So like when they all came back from war too, and then they got home and they're like, let's start making them cookies. Let's get them cookies out here. So yeah, that's basically how the chocolate chip cookie was invented, and the woman who invented them got nothing but a lifetime supply of chocolate.
She kind of, I don't know. Well, I can't say she made up because she probably just could have bought a lot of chocolate.
She could, yeah,
And
she could have made so much money.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I would like a house made of chocolate.
hell yeah. Oh hell yeah. I would
Last-
love a house made of chocolate.
How long do you think that would last? Like with the weather and everything?
It depends
Depends on where
the
you're at.
weather.
You know,
Depends on the temperature outside.
Yeah, like I feel like if you're in Alaska, you're going to be better off
There's
than if you're in
chocolate.
Arizona.
but like, could it be done?
I think it could be
Fucking
done.
chocolate house.
Well, have
in
you
Alaska?
seen some of the shit that they make out of chocolate?
I mean, just on the TV shows.
There's this guy on TikTok. He's like a chef, and he makes the most insane shit out of chocolate, and he does it with this weird ass creepy smile on his face the whole time.
It's like sculptures and
Yeah.
stuff. I
Have you
think
seen
I've
him?
seen that before.
He's like a skinny like French dude, but
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like making these big chocolate sculptures, and he's just like the whole time he's just like smiling
like
all
that at
fucking
all.
weird, and I'm like, okay, like, I can't look at his face, like I
Yeah,
have
that's
to
the way
look at
to
what
do
he's doing.
I was actually trying to look up to see because I know we kind of talked about it a while ago when we did the Got Milk episode on the podcast.
That was
like
a good episode.
It was actually a really, really, really good episode. If you guys haven't heard it, go back and listen to it. It's pretty good. It's one of my favorites. But in the episode, we do talk about milk in World War II. So I was looking at like how much a ration of milk was per soldier. They had 12 ounces of milk per day rationed to them. So I'm just thinking about like them getting a box of cookies from home and then having the milk ration at the same time. Just having the best time.
Yep. They get their milk ration, they get their cookies.
Right, just having the best of time and the worst of time. But the best of time for at least a little bit.
In between the worst times.
Right.
There
Just
are
a
those
little
tiny
just
little
a little,
best times.
a little bit, a little sunshine.
I really want some cookies now.
I kind of wish we didn't do this, like without being prepared for this. We could have had cookies and milk while we recorded.
We should. Well, this was a very last minute kind of decision.
It was. That's all. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. If I would have thought about it beforehand, I definitely would have brought some cookies.
Well, it's okay.
Sorry.
That's fine. It's okay. It's okay. Like it's funny because like we'll say it's okay if Ben was here, he would be getting yelled at.
I absolutely would be getting yelled at. You guys are so much nicer to me than Ben is.
Oh man, what else? Do you have anybody else you want to bring up? Any other?
Sure, yeah. I can talk about Stephanie Kwolek.
All right.
She invented Kevlar.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I mean, like, everybody kind of knows what Kevlar is, right? So she was a chemist, and she worked mainly in polymer science. So, I mean, I know it's kind of hard to explain what polymers are. I mean, like, it's kind of like little bits of things combined with little bits of other things that make new things. So,
Like fucking atoms and neutrons and electrons and shit.
bigger than those
Bigger
things.
than that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So a polymer is a large molecule, macromolecule, composed of many repeating smaller units of monomers, which are linked together via covalent bonds, which if we paid attention in biology class, we would know what those are.
So, okay.
I did not.
The only way I can really effectively explain what a polymer is with acrylic nails. So, like when you have when you're doing acrylic nails, you have a powder and a liquid, and you dip your brush into the liquid, and then you dip your brush into the powder, and it kind of makes a gel, and then you put it on your nail, and then that gel hardens into like a new material. So the powder is the polymer, and the liquid is the monomer.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So,
Well, Deej, we now learned that today.
you're welcome, I guess.
Yes.
Okay. So she was born in 1923 in Pennsylvania. She originally wanted to be a doctor, and she graduated with a chemistry degree in 1946. And she took like what was supposed to be a temporary job at DuPont, which is like a big ass chemical company. DuPont is. It's pretty.
They still are, yeah.
Yeah. So she was really just working there to like save money for medical school. But that temporary job turned into a 40-year career.
Okay.
And
Sometimes that happens.
yeah, she never went to medical school, but she actually ended up inventing one of the strongest materials known to man and saving countless lives regardless. So, in the 1960s, DuPont was researching materials for like lighter and stronger tires. This was originally supposed to be for tires. The idea was to develop a fiber that could replace steel in radial tires, making cars more fuel efficient. She was working in the lab, experimenting with polymers, so trying to find the right mix of chemical substances to create this material. So it would basically just be like, mix this with that. Nope, that doesn't work. Try this. Mix this with that. Nope, that doesn't work either. Over and over and over again for days and days and days.
Oh, yes, science.
Yeah, science. So she was working in the lab, experimenting with polymers. One day she mixed together some liquid chemicals, expecting to get like a thick syrupy solution that could be spun into fibers. But instead, her solution was very thin and cloudy, which was totally different from what she was expecting it to be. And most people would have just like thrown it away. Most scientists would have been like, oh, that's a failure, just pitch it. But she was like, I wonder what would happen if we took this and spun it into fibers. So she insisted on testing it. She took the liquid to a special machine that spun it into fibers. And the fibers came out incredibly strong, way stronger than anything they had worked with before. She tested the strength, and she realized that her fiber was 5 times stronger than steel at the same weight.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I actually use Kevlar bootlaces with my job because like I'll go through a pair of bootlaces a week.
Yeah, tons of shit is made with Kevlar. Tons of shit.
And those fucking laces, legit, like I'll probably get a solid 6 months out of those before molten steel will eventually actually, because I get sparks and slag and all types of shit. So it's like daily that it's getting burned, and them motherfuckers are durable. I forgot the brands, like Honey Badger or some shit like that.
Honey Badger.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, it's very, very strong. It's one of the strongest materials ever invented. So DuPont quickly realized that this shit was going to be big. They refined the polymer, and by 1971, they trademarked the name Kevlar, which Kevlar doesn't actually really mean anything. They just thought it sounded like a really strong name.
Sure.
It's usually like named after somebody.
This is not.
Like that.
Yeah, usually whoever discovered it.
They were basically like, what sounds strong? And someone was like, Kevlar? And they're like, yes. You get a promotion. So it would go on to be used in bulletproof vests, military helmets, fire-resistant gear, and even spacecraft materials. It is 5 times stronger than steel, lightweight and flexible, and heat-resistant and incredibly durable. It has saved thousands of police officers, soldiers, first responders as bulletproof vests. It's used in bridges and buildings, sports equipment. It was used. NASA uses Kevlar to protect satellites and space shuttles. And yeah, it was all basically invented by Stephanie Kwolek trying to make some stronger tires.
Kwolek, that's what it was. They were like, what's her name? Kwolek? They were like, that's not going to work.
No, that doesn't sound strong.
Kevin, think of a name.
Yeah.
Quick.
Kevlar.
Kevin, Larry, think of a name. Quick.
We got it.
Yeah, I was actually just looking to see if I used to, when I was still working in outdoors, I was like, labor job. When I was working on a loading dock, I would wear composite toe boots. I was just looking to see if they were made out of Kevlar.
Blue collar days.
Yeah, back when I still worked for a living, as people like to joke. Bro, this is stupid. I want to work at home.
I haven't worked for a living since when did I stop working at Ford? 2016.
That shit has been longer than that for me.
Yeah.
So I was out on Fort Loop getting stoned. I'm like, why am I doing this? Anyways, but I was looking to see if they were made out of Kevlar. They are a combination of materials like Kevlar, carbon fiber, plastic, and fiberglass. Is usually kind of a combo of them. I was just kind of curious.
Cool that they just take this stuff and they have a machine that just makes this liquid into this tiny little fiber, and then they can weave it together. That's like
it's
science.
If you ever seen, have you ever seen carbon fiber being woven?
No,
it's very interesting. It's a same process essentially.
Yeah,
it's very, very interesting.
I remember years ago, History Channel doing something about scientists working on using like silk. From not spiders, but
silkworms.
Like silkworms.
Silkworms,
well,
yeah.
I know spider web material is like crazy strong. We know that from Spider-Man.
Yeah. But also it is
in general.
It's true
it
though.
Really
yeah,
is.
like they were trying to design like a bulletproof bodysuit, basically that is bendable and you can move like out of silk, something like that, which they probably have already.
I think I remember that.
You know, yeah, it was it was like 2008,
yeah,
something
it was
like that.
a long time ago, but yeah, that's ringing a bell for me.
And then there was a mysterious explosion. They were never heard from again.
Like I always like the joke. I've been on fire way too many times for a guy who works behind a desk. Oh man, good stuff. Good stuff. Did you want to go next or you want me to go next?
I'll go next.
All right.
Yeah, we'll do this one. This one was actually really cool. Did you guys, when's the last time you guys played Monopoly?
Oh, God.
It's been a long time, but I kind of miss it. I miss ruining friendships.
Long time. A long time.
It's been a really long time.
Probably, I was probably a child last time I played Monopoly.
Honestly, I think I played it drunk, like early 20s.
Yeah.
Something like that. No, but we didn't even finish the game. I think it was actually with Allie and them.
I'm about to say, like, I feel like I might have. I part of this?
It was at the cottage. It's all coming back to me now.
Oh, no.
And we actually saved our stashes of money, and because we didn't finish the game, we hid the money in different places in your cottage, and we were like, next year we're gonna finish this fucking game, and everybody's got their. I got the blue money, you got the green money,
and you guys
got the orange.
Never recovered it.
Never done. So if you ever found Monopoly money,
I did not.
Random cabinets or anything like that.
I did not find any. Not that I know of, anyway.
I'm just now remembering that. Wow.
That's funny. I was actually not there for that, but it's unfortunate.
I must have been sleeping already or something.
It is Monopoly. Monopoly's never done while people are awake and actively doing things.
Yeah, I know. It's like in the wee hours of the morning or something.
I'm gonna need some sound effects here, Aaron.
I will try my best.
Monopoly was invented by Elizabeth Magie, but was stolen by a man.
That actually worked out. All right.
Felt good. Yeah.
That was incredible.
Well, he read it before this. I was prepared.
Yeah.
Of course it was stolen by a man.
Right? Can't have nothing nice.
Elizabeth Magie was born in Macomb, Illinois in 1866 to a homemaker and a newspaper publisher. And her father was basically kind of like a well-known dude who at the time was not very many people who was against the high class versus low class society, you know. He spoke out about this a lot, and obviously he published a newspaper. They actually would, his name was Henry George, and he would actually, they called it being Georgist. Like to think like that, you know, to basically, because like
interesting,
you're just starting to get like billionaires and stuff like the really not billionaires, but like high class people like the Rockefellers, you know, the Cornwalls and things like that. And now the high class is being distinguished and noticed, you know.
And then there's people who are like starving in the streets. And
Yeah.
it's like, wait a minute, we should probably stop this before it gets out of control.
So Elizabeth kind of grew up with this idealism that she was very aware that this is something that happens, and it's already unfair to be a woman at this time in the late 1800s, you know. So she, of course, would eventually end up creating this game, which we're going to get to. She was also so at this time, about like the 1930s, 1920s era, we were looking up the inventions of women. The fun fact I found was less than 1% of patents was owned by women at that time.
Wow.
So like to have an invention as a woman at all was like insanely fucking rare.
Yeah. Can you imagine if like women were just like let out of the kitchen a little sooner? Like what society would have by now?
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty crazy. Shit, I lost my place here.
You know, just in the interim while he's trying to find his place, right when you said that, my first thought was like, well, first women had to get us sober. Because if you look at prohibition and then women's suffrage, as far as like amendments go, like it's right there.
Okay, so I fucked that up. Her father wasn't Henry George. George is the people that he was a politician at the time who had this belief. Her father, who was a publisher, and her mother followed him, and they were actually involved with Abraham Lincoln at the time when he would go around doing his campaigning. They would travel with him.
Yeah, with the train. There's a term for it. I can't remember.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
they would take the railroads. It would involve the tracks going through all the different parts of the country, and their campaign would be via railroad.
Yeah.
So they probably traveled with him on the train.
Yeah.
Going to various stops.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
So
Henry
she probably like saw a lot of shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
more than likely,
a lot of stuff. And Henry Georges, where they come up with the term, was basically advocating for a single tax that would eliminate all taxes except for those on land, which they weren't really trying to fucking have that. You know, that wasn't a big thing back then. So Liz actually grew up really fucking smart. She had one patent already. She was in the process of basically starting to create what was going to be called the landlord's game. And this was the original version of Monopoly.
Interesting.
Kind of the same principle. She was
a little bit of a political statement.
Yeah, a little bit of a political statement.
In game form.
And some of the terms from Monopoly come in some of her travels, just all the things that she's seen, you know. So she came up with the concept of the landlord's game. She gets a patent made. She starts traveling to start show the game, and people are like, this game's fucking cool, you know. We'd like it. But she's not doing that good, like, with sales. Mainly because she's a woman, and a woman's, you know, showing up to these random parties with rich people with this game. And at the time, during, you know, this early 1900s, you know, you're going through the Depression and all that. We're heading into World War II. World War I. Board games are actually a really big thing at this time, and especially what you would consider round table board games.
I didn't know that.
So they're just starting to be a big thing.
That's
you know?
interesting. Yeah,
so
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's like the Depression, and people are now
had shit else to do.
Yeah, they have nothing else to do.
Exactly.
Be depressed.
Yeah, so you have people that are sitting around with nothing to do in groups, so they start inventing.
What do we still do to this day when we ain't got no money?
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah. Oh, damn. That's just sad.
Sit around and play board games.
Electricity goes out. It's like, you guys want to play fucking, you know, Monopoly?
That's exactly what we did.
Exactly.
I got Candyland.
Yeah, exactly.
I never thought. That's really interesting.
Yeah, so she kind of saw this, you know. So she, like I said, she creates the landlord's game. She starts traveling around to all these political parties and trying to sell this board and not having too much success. So she ends up at this party, and here's a guy's name. She goes to this party and she shows the game again, and this one another inventor named Charles Brace Darrow saw the game. He's like, that's fucking cool, you know, plays the game. He loves it. He basically creates a concept of the game himself to play with his friends. Wasn't selling it or anything. And then his friends were like, this is fucking dope, dude. You should like sell this. He was like, okay. So yeah.
He wasn't like, well, wait a minute, fellas.
Okay.
Yeah. So he basically creates his own version of it. Goes around and to the Parker Brothers at the time, and they were basically one of the only companies that was making any type of board games at the time. And he's like, I got this game. Do you guys want to buy it? They're like, eh.
Wait, but didn't she have a patent on it?
No, she did not have. No, she had a patent on the landlord's game. Yeah, she had a patent on the landlord's game, but
his was like different enough.
Yeah, his was kind of different, but hers wasn't really that well known. She wasn't pushing it, you know, and because it was easier for him, for the people he knew. So he took it to the Parker Brothers. They didn't like it, and he was like, okay, I'm going to go out and make some sales. He sells about 5,000 versions of this game, or boards of this game, and then he comes back to the Parker Brothers. He's like, look, I got sales now. This game is a hit. You guys should buy it. The Parker Brothers are like, you know what? This is really good. And then it becomes a huge fucking smash sensation. Monopoly becomes synonymous with like every household within a few years. Because now they have this game in a time of war, that you can be rich, you can have power, you can be in your own household and make money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it gets a little sense of control,
in a world full of chaos.
Yeah, in a fucking world full of chaos.
Yeah, you can't drink. Everybody's at war.
Yeah, so he
got a board game.
Yeah, he sells this to the Parker Brothers in 1935. By 1936, blows up, and they make fucking millions. And eventually, the Parker Brothers start to ask questions to Darrow. They're like, "How did you come up with this game?" And he cannot give them a straight answer to save his fucking life.
With the thing,
he's like, when you pour, and then you get fucking money, and you get to be rich, and they're like, what the fuck is going on
my
here?
aunt's name is Boardwalk.
So basically, they find out through a little bit of interrogation that he did not create the game, and that they had a situation on their hand. That they had a game that was clearly ripped off from somebody else, from Elizabeth, and was sold, but they are far too deep into sales at this point.
Damn.
To
They're like,
even.
well, she's just a woman, so
Straight up.
But she's a woman with a patent, though, so there's legal precedent.
She is a woman with a patent, so she ends up finding out about this. Of course, she goes to the Washington Post. She goes to a bunch of other, New York Times. She goes to a bunch of magazines, and she actually gets an interview, which begins the battle for her patent. And this is like a few years after they sold this, that she gets to the point where she's like, "What the fuck is going on here?" And she sees Monopoly all over the place.
She sees it in like a ye olde version of Toys R Us.
Yeah.
She's like, what the fuck?
Who the fuck is this dude with the monocle? Like, what the fuck?
Oh, speaking of, do you guys know the Mandela effect associated with the game Monopoly?
Is it about his mustache?
Mm-mm.
It's about his monocle. Does he have a monocle, or doesn't he have a monocle?
Oh, the Mandela effect thing.
Yeah, that one. I want to say the fact is that he doesn't actually have one, but we think that he does.
What do you think, DJ?
I think he does.
You think he does, but people think he doesn't?
Yeah.
You are correct. He does not have a monocle. Yep. He never did. He never had a monocle.
These timelines are starting to really get fuckered up because I honestly
Ace Ventura, they make fun of it, and the guy's got a monocle.
Yeah, if I didn't know about that already, I would have actually been said I would have been with DJ. He had a monocle.
I'm convinced he used to have a monocle.
Yeah, I honestly, my parents still have my original board game of it. I'm curious.
Yeah. I know. People have taken pictures of their original board games and posted them on like Reddit and shit.
Yeah, those are
monocle.
They're deep, and they keep happening too.
Yeah.
Does the little figurine have a monocle?
The little.
Wait, no, there was no figurine for him. Never mind.
No.
There was a shoe. Anyways.
I think maybe, I don't know, maybe people get him confused with like Mr. Peanut. Because Mr. Peanut had kind of a similar outfit.
It was pretty much the same thing, but a peanut.
He did have a monocle.
Definitely had a monocle.
So maybe that's where it comes from. But I don't know. I'm convinced that he had one, and we just jumped timelines.
That's
these timeline things are really getting all fuckered up.
Yeah. We need to do an episode about Mandela effects.
Yeah.
That would be.
I'll make a note of it.
That would be great.
That's got to be one.
Don't worry, DJ. I will write that down.
Yes, please do.
Aaron, write that down.
Okay, so they find out they have a situation here. And people are also writing in at this point saying, I played this game like in 1934. I played this game in like years before this came out. This was somebody else's. So George Parker, one of the Parker brothers, is so concerned about this situation that he actually comes out of retirement to be like, I gotta fucking fix this.
These motherfuckers making me come out of retirement. God damn it.
With a very embarrassing deal to strike Elizabeth.
Is it like his kid running the company? And he's like, God damn it.
Yeah, it was his brother and basically another relative, and he comes out of retirement. He's like, you fucking idiots. God damn it, dude.
I retire for 6 months.
So he basically goes to visit Elizabeth, or they call her Lizzie, to make a deal. And he offers her to buy the patent for the landlord's game for a whopping $500.
And what
She's like, have you ever played my game?
This was 1937. He does this.
So that would be...
Yeah.
I can't type.
Yeah. So this is the unfortunate part.
Got
is
it.
that
What is it?
It is a whopping $11,000.
No.
Oh yeah, that's
No.
Ugh.
And they've probably made like the equivalent of what would be millions already. I bet.
Probably.
Yeah, and it sucks because she basically at first was like, he tells her, he's like, look, we're gonna $500, we're gonna buy your patent, but we're gonna give you credit. Your name is gonna be on it, everyone's gonna know. And this was kind of like, she was
Okay.
like, okay, maybe that's a deal. They did not do that though. They did not put her name on any of the patents. Maggie Elizabeth ends up going to court, and this happens like for years, where she's basically battling just to have her name on that. And the public records didn't even become revealed about the lawsuit until 1973.
No
Oh, wow.
way.
Yeah,
So she
about-
like did not get credit at all.
Not really. She like this wasn't found out, like I said, till like the 70s when it was actually made public.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So did she like lose the lawsuits or?
You know what's funny is I didn't really find anything to say that she still owns the patent or didn't. I imagine they bought the patent from her for that $500
Wow.
and she just didn't get anything. Like I imagine this billionaire fucking CEO just talked her into signing these fucking papers.
Like she probably settled for some
Yeah,
sort
she
of
settled.
undisclosed amount or something.
And then she was like
Damn.
woefully unaware of all the money that was being made. Because like I
That
said,
Unfortunate.
sucks.
it was
Yeah, it
years
does.
later that she's like realizing, she's like, what
Yeah.
the
Wait a minute.
fuck is happening? Like, you know, and then she goes to court for years and years and years to this process. But you're going against the Parker brothers.
Well, I mean, you're going. It's just like now. Like, if I wanted to sue Google for something, I'm going against a mega
Yeah.
corporation. I can never win that. Like,
Exactly.
I can't. I don't have the kind of money to keep up with a with billionaires and lawyers and court
So
fees.
yeah,
Yeah.
so they probably like settled for some sort of
Probably.
Yeah, it sucks. It says that in the interview she did with the Washington Post Evening Star, she said that she would refile to renew the patent for the landlord's game every time the expiration date came out, and she kept fighting for it like consistently.
Good for her.
Yeah,
dude.
like just
Good for her.
wouldn't fucking
Yeah.
you know let it up. But it sucks because like in a game like that, it's like money.
Yeah.
You know, money rules all.
That's so ironic, you know.
Yeah. Right.
That's like
Yeah,
for like what the game was originally supposed to be about.
yeah.
That's wild.
She lost at her own fucking
That's
game.
amazing.
That
Literally
sucks.
lost at your own
She
game.
really did, yeah.
That sucks so
Wow.
bad. And then she invented a game that has caused countless arguments,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
ending friendships,
Ended friendships.
relationships,
Yes.
Families split.
Oh,
Forever.
yeah. For tables
Indefinitely.
flipped, families split.
Wow.
Thanks, Lizzie.
Haven't looked at my father since.
There's a monopoly for fucking everything too.
Now there is. Yeah.
There's like all the town monopolies. There's like a Valparaiso-opoly. There's a Munster-opoly.
I did
Because
not know that.
yeah, the company that I work for is in it.
Seriously?
Yeah, I swear.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
I was just thinking about the other ones like Star Wars and shit, which there are Star Wars probably.
yeah. There's like a bunch of shit.
The only good thing about this story is that Elizabeth was able to write a book off this and make money off the book, telling her story about the patent. And then she was able to basically describe in the book where she got the idea from Monopoly, which was from Henry George of the single tax concept, where she developed a whole process of
Yeah.
traveling with Abraham Lincoln and all that too.
She's like, this is my
create
game,
this.
and I can prove it.
Yeah, and she was able to write a whole book about it to be like, while Darrow was not able to explain.
Well, good. I'm glad that she was able to like make some money off of the situation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
you know, I mean, like I said, for her to have at that time 2 patents in the 1930s was already fucking crazy, but then it just swept under the fucking rug by some dude at a party.
By some,
Yeah, but some asshole.
by some
fucking jerk off.
jackass
Yeah.
Yep.
with a trust fund, probably.
Ah, yes. There's always some jackass with a trust fund that ruins a woman's life.
Exactly.
Tale as old as time.
Tale as old as time.
Yeah, that's it for that one, though.
Okay.
That's a good one.
You got another one
that
or
was great.
No, that was the one I deep dive on. We got some
Okay.
honorable mentions, though. Maybe we'll do that at the end.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah, we do some honorable mentions. I think BU had one too, right? Like another.
No, I just had the 2.
Oh, I thought you had 3 for some reason. My bad. My bad.
Just the two. It's all you now.
Oh. Okay. All right.
You got this.
It's been a long day and my brain is tired.
You got this.
All right, let's do this. It's 9:20 at night.
Mm-hmm.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is.
Shit.
Daylight savings. All right. I got a couple, 2, 3. So we'll start off with Valerie Thomas, the one I actually did do the more research on than the other, but they're both pretty cool stories. So Valerie Thomas, this is going back. Excuse me. Oh God. Life. Anyways, she was
Are you
one of
stalling?
No, I got it. We're good. All right. There is something caught in my throat though. It's not going great. Anyways, Valerie Thomas is one of 2 women at the time that was majoring in physics at Morgan State. So she grew up in Baltimore.
What is the time?
I should have written that down. I did not. But let's just think. It's the 60s. I couldn't say that this is the 60s.
Okay.
When she was there. She graduated high school right after integration was forced on into schools.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
she
60s.
was a black woman. Should have started off there. My bad. Valerie Thomas, black woman, integration, Baltimore. Here we are.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
Anyways.
yes. Scene set.
Yeah, scene is now set. She was, like I said before, one of 2 women that majored in physics at Morgan State. That's going to come into play later. She ended up working for NASA as a data analyst. And she had a pretty long career at NASA. She did a lot. I'm just going to focus on on one invention that she did in particular. But her story with NASA is actually pretty impressive. She's done a lot later on, especially with the lunar landing, and I think she did something with reentry as well.
I think I know who we talked about her. What's her name?
This is Valerie Thomas, and I don't think we have.
Didn't we
No,
talk
we
about
were.
her?
You're thinking about Jack Black's mom.
Yeah, which is a whole other episode.
I think that's
Maybe,
who you're
yeah.
thinking of.
Because she also worked for NASA.
Cohen.
Yeah.
Cohen, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe. Keep going.
1976, she is at a science fair where there is an illusion of a light bulb that appeared to be on even though it was unplugged. So she's like, that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
So she goes and figure out how they did this. So she starts her research on her patent for this in 1977. What she did was she had observed how the position of a concave mirror would affect the real object reflected through it. So she was figuring out the illusion and then figuring out how the illusion could be applied to space and what NASA was working on at the time. 1980, she actually was able to figure out the applications for this. 1980, she invented the illusion transmitter. What it did was it used concave mirrors to project multidimensional images onto a screen display. In layman's terms, what that means is she invented 3D movies.
Wow.
Right.
That's cool as hell.
So this use of images like that. So this actually can have a lot of practical application when it came to what NASA was working on, which then bled into entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you look at everything we have, pretty much either came from NASA and what they use for space, in space, or to what they were using, obviously, with various experiments. Or I'm sorry.
She is so cute.
Oh yeah, she's very pretty.
Look at her.
That afro was so serious.
She is the cutest. Oh my gosh, look at her.
Oh yeah, look at that.
I want to hang out with her.
Hell yeah.
She's still alive.
I'm gonna
Totally can.
I'm gonna get in contact with her.
Send a
I'm
DM.
gonna look her up on LinkedIn. Hey, what's up, girl? Let's hang.
Yeah, she is still very, very much so alive.
She's adorable. She's 78 years old and adorable.
Yes, this is all very true. Is she actually did finally retire now, but for a while there she was teaching and doing a lot of mentoring, especially, I mean, like if you come from, especially like coming up how she did, she was an inspiration to a lot of women, and being able to just retire is pretty dope. So
look at this cartoon of her.
oh, that's amazing.
Oh, that's dope.
Mm-hmm. 95 she retired, actually. She was at the time the associate chief of NASA Space Science Data Operations Office. and the manager of NASA's automated systems incident response capability, and the chair of Space Science Data Operations Office Education Committee. So again, education part, very cool for her later on in life. We have that thanks to her. Also, it has applications as far as surgical tools, which is pretty sweet. So she had a pretty storied career. I just want to give like a brief, look at what she was up to. Because like you said, we did this kind of last minute. So. But yeah, she's super cool. We have 3D technology thanks to a Black woman. That's pretty tight.
That is super cool. Good for her.
Right? And good for us because we have 3D.
Oh,
Even though 3D movies are kind of not really a thing anymore, and 3D TVs we really don't have.
No, I
used to
remember
own one.
in the 90s, I remember thinking like everything was going to be 3D.
Yeah.
When we were older, because 3D was such a huge thing back then.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember going to see a couple 3D movies. I think I saw like Avatar in 3D. And,
that was one of the ones, yeah.
And it just gives me a headache.
That's unfortunate. You were one of the people that have that thing, yeah.
Yeah, it would just, everything looked blurry and I would get a headache by the end of it. I don't like this.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, Avatar in 3D was one of my favorite 3D movies of all time. But yeah, nobody has a 3D TV. I remember when I worked for Best Buy, 3D TVs were like the thing to have. And I owned one too. I had a curved 3D TV.
The curved TV.
Oh yeah, I had one for quite some time. I sold it to Charlie. Still works.
Yeah, I remember that being like kind of a...
It was the thing.
Kind of a big thing. But you could always tell, too. You could always tell when a movie was filmed specifically to be shown in 3D because it would have all of these, like, gimmicky moments where somebody would be, like, reaching for something directly at the camera or, like, fire would, it was like, oh, this moment was specifically supposed to be shown in 3D. And then if you watch it not in 3D, you're just like, oh, that was kind of weird. It was kind of a weird moment.
Yeah, I agree with that because I've seen, like, for example, Avatar not in 3D. I'm like, this is not as good. Yeah. All right, next one I got. Alice H. Parker. This, again, is going to be kind of a quick one. She graduated from Howard University Academy High School in 1910. So we're throwing it back in time. So this high school was actually a affiliate of the Howard University. The very abridged version of the story is where she lived at was cold. It sucked. So back then, we're thinking again, 1910, 1920s era, they didn't have, your house was heated either by coal or by wood burning stove. My grandfather's house was heated by a wood burning stove.
My grandfather's house was heated by coal.
Oh. That sounds way worse.
He tells the story all the time. It was like his and his brother's chore to like shovel the coal all the time. Yeah.
Ooh, interesting. That could not be good for you.
Probably not. They lived in Gary behind they had a tailor shop.
Okay.
And his dad ran the tailor shop in front and they lived behind the tailor shop.
Oh, that's a very typical story. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's how it was in the olden time.
Yep.
Yeah, my grandfather's house, he was in for my majority of my life. Well, my entire life. I don't know when he moved in there, but anyways, if the one side of the house there was a wood burning stove and it connected to the vents in all the house, so he would just burn wood throughout the winter and it would heat the whole house. Yeah, and it was actually very efficient, and he didn't pay shit for NIPSCO, and I'm very jealous of that actually. And the house
must be nice.
Always smelled like a bonfire. Which is dope.
Incredible.
Exactly. It's like a natural air freshener.
I mean, you can get a wood-burning stove if you want to.
I mean, I have the hookup for her downstairs, but my insurance is already too damn high. Yeah. Not the point. So, but
you got a lot of trees back there, man.
But I like looking at them. Okay. I see
Understandable.
Wasn't there an Incubus song about that? Anyways, yeah, I'm pretty sure a verse and part in me was about that. Not the point. Anyway, so, we would actually we would use that stove for cooking too, because it had like a flat top on the top of it. Yeah, before like flat tops were a thing again. Like Blackstones were like, oh my god, you have a Blackstone, it's so nice. Blackstone. Yeah, my grandfather had one in his fucking living room. Anyways, we used to cook on it too. Like it was perfect for everything. Probably not good for your lungs though. Whatever, not the point. So back then. heating was not very efficient. That's the point.
Yes.
Heating, not very efficient. Alice got tired of that shit. She's like, you know what? I have an idea. All right. All our houses have natural gas coming into them. What if we heat our house using natural gas? Mind blowing. She essentially created the very first gas furnace and patented it in 1919.
It's like, what if NIPSCO could charge us double?
God damn it, Alice.
Put a price on this.
Well, she was honestly just trying to make her home heated more efficiently. The patent that she filed in 1919 was the precursor for central HVAC systems now. So we have central heating because of her.
Wow.
It was obviously stolen by a man. So
obviously. I love her for this though, because I'm always cold.
When I found her thing, you and Jess were our first two thoughts. Like these cold biddies.
I got both my hand warmers out today.
Always.
Those are hand warmers?
Yes, they are. Oh, yeah. That's right. You weren't here when she busted those out last time.
I know.
What?
Oh, yeah. It's also.
Dude, quick interjection. Chaz has this glove. Shout out to Chaz. It looks like a fucking PlayStation 1, but it goes over your fucking hand. But it like massages, heats, and like circulates the blood in your hand. It's fucking amazing.
I see Chaz Friday. We're gonna talk about this.
I'm gonna buy 2 of them so I can you just put it on and you do the settings. It's good. It's got heat, pressure, and location. Or you could just have it. Oh my god!
Chaz isn't doing anything else with that thing, is he?
My hand's already been in that thing, so it's too late.
You've gone too far.
He was like, "Man, I tried to put my foot in that fucking thing. It feels so good."
Well,
I'm hearing this entire conversation like it's in my head.
Yeah, but it's like you could buy it on Amazon. I'll show you guys a picture after. But
we're gonna circle back to this.
It's
yeah.
amazing
because like with my carpets on a dog.
Oh my god, dude! I tried it on. I was like, I need this.
I'm gonna have to buy 2 of them shits.
This is also a flashlight, by the way.
That's fucking dope.
I love the face that he made. He was so amazed. Like he was
like,
I wasn't expecting that.
Incredible.
So the end of Alice's story, though, she in 2019 actually was honored by the National Society of Black Physicists.
Oh, cool.
So she was at least remembered for her invention, which keeps us warm and brandy medium.
Yes, exactly.
The last one, though, is not an inventor, but since we're talking about historic women who did something cool, so I don't know how I sometimes, well, not sometimes, I don't know how I don't bring this up in conversation. I guess it's really not topical most of the time. My aunt won a gold medal.
Really?
Yeah, my aunt's a gold medalist.
That's dope.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great.
So it's in your genetics. You just don't have an
It
excuse
just slipped your
anymore.
mind the past 3 years. We've been talking about history.
Yeah, kind of.
What the heck? Wait, what did she win a gold medal for?
4x1.
Wait, what?
The 4x100.
I don't even know what
What's-
that means. Is that like
is
a
that
running
The
thing?
relay race.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have 4 people, 100 yards, 100 meters each, and you hand the baton.
Wow.
We both looked at Aaron. We were like,
Yeah.
100.
Yeah, I guess I ran track for a while. I just like we abbreviate it. Anyways.
Yep, don't know.
Yeah, I always kind of make I think Deej, you've heard me make the joke before. I'm like, yeah, even with all my accomplishments, I am shit compared to half my family.
I think, yeah, I've heard you say that.
Yeah, this is part of it. So yeah, my aunt Mildred, Millie, she won the gold medal in 1968 in Mexico City.
That's
That is
dope.
awesome.
Fucking
Yep,
dude.
yep.
Very
Shout out to Millie.
Yep, shout out my aunt T down there. And
anyone in my family is.
her husband. So you know how we have like a whole lot of stories about your dad, Deej? That's my uncle. But like for good things.
For good
So like the opposite of your father.
The nega Padillac.
Honestly, yes. Yeah, the nega Cadillac that actually does enjoy Cadillacs.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, she's a gold medalist. And
That's so cool.
and still has thankfully still has gold medal. I've seen it.
Wow.
That's dope.
I've seen it. I've touched it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, even though I did run track for 12 years of my life, 10, 12 years of my life, I was never that kind of good. So had no shot.
It's a high standard.
Wait,
Extraordinarily.
You know?
didn't you guys do, I don't even remember if I was on this episode or not. Didn't you guys do an episode about an Olympic gold medal runner. Or like
We did a thing about Olympics.
Some sort of an Olympic race.
We have talked about Olympics before, like the original Olympics, didn't we?
The race we talked about was the World's Fair thing.
Oh no!
Okay.
The
Olympics we did talk
we did do
about.
one.
I could have
And
sworn
you
The
have
1908,
not, and you never
1918?
thought to bring this up
No.
during those episodes.
Did we? I can't remember if we ever talked about the Olympics.
Well, we did talk about one of them. I think like 1908 Olympics we talked about maybe.
I'm pretty
We
sure.
had to.
I'm pretty
Because
sure
we talked
did.
about the ridiculousness of the race, I'm pretty sure.
I was not on that episode, but I remember listening to
That
it.
wasn't the World's Fair foot race that they had. Because that was part of it. Because they were, weren't they Olympic athletes, or they were training for the Olympics, or I don't fucking remember. God damn it,
we
Jim.
have
we need to go back and listen
140.
to our own episodes.
We have 145 episodes
Yeah.
of this podcast, and I'm damn near confident that somebody's going to comment on this episode like, "You fucking idiots."
Yeah.
Here's the episode you guys actually did it.
Wait, I should just ask ChatGPT.
Oh man.
So, Deej, I think you said you have
Yeah, I have some
Couple honorable mentions.
Some honorable mentions of inventions that only proves that without women inventing things, men would have not made it
sure
this
go for
far.
it.
This is just off a quick Google search. Diapers, computers, home security.
You know, to be more specific about the computer thing, they actually I forgot what the woman's name was, but she wrote the language that computers use.
Oh wow!
So that's more to get more.
Yeah, that was another one that I came across.
Yeah, let's get more specific about that one. And as far as the home security, if I remember serves, the woman who did it was the one who made the cameras, the system that let cameras link to give you the images of various cameras at the same time.
Oh, that sounds
is what more specifically that she did. And I think she might have also been black. Could be wrong about that one, but that's off the top of my memory.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Also, I found the episode. It was 1904 Olympic Marathon. We did actually talk about that.
Okay. Okay, so another one, stem cell isolation, which is a fucking outstanding one. The circular saw, windshield wipers, the dishwasher.
Indeed.
I feel like these are all inventions that were made because a woman was like, my husband's going to kill himself or
Yes.
he's going to kill me.
Yes.
Yep.
You
Probably.
know, the
It was-
windshield wiper one, I remember briefly looking into that one. And it had the windshield wipers had a lot of pushback because people thought they would be distracting.
Just
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard that
following
before.
the fucking like the rain completely covering your windshield and making you unable to see is not more distracting.
You know.
Yeah, like a lot of these inventions, the flare system.
Yeah, my husband's gonna get lost.
We're just stubborn.
Yeah.
We're like, no, I know where I'm going.
Yep.
I
know
don't need to
it is.
ask for no directions.
There it is.
We just got to wait till morning till the sun comes out. Right? Tell us exactly where we're going.
His wife was like, God damn it.
The diapers one is what gets me. Like
Oh my God, I know.
what were we doing before that with the babies?
I believe they were just cloth.
Cloth.
Shake 'em
yeah,
off.
they were.
Cloth.
Fucking,
They
you
used
know,
cloth. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then finally women were like, this fucking blows.
Because you have to wash them.
shit everywhere.
Yeah.
What's crazy about it is I think like the rich people like is really rich white people shit, but they'd be like they're coming back around and using that again.
Cloth diapers. Oh yeah. There are a lot of
100%.
people. There are a lot of people who use cloth diapers because they are cheaper than
They're reusable, I suppose.
yeah, they're reusable and they're also more environmentally friendly.
Oh yeah, because diapers are not biodegradable, are they?
No, they're not. So it's like a lot of the like crunchy moms, and then it's a lot of like.
Ew. Sorry.
Do you know what I'm talking about when I say crunchy moms?
I'm guessing like in my head I just imagine dirty ass hippies.
No. Well, sort of like
Sure.
when you say hippies, that's more like women who are very like or like parents essentially who are very like they want everything organic, they want everything like they want to grow their own food, they want to like stuff like that.
Sorry. I had a comment about that, but it's not suitable for our daytime podcast.
Tune into Aftertaste.
To hear my thoughts about things and stuff.
Yep.
Stuff and things and stuff.
Another last invention I'll mention, which was probably women invented because they were like, this man's cheating on me, and I will find out. Caller ID.
Yep.
It was invented by a woman.
Yep.
It's
Shut
called. He's like, that was Pizza Hut, honey. She's like, the fuck it was.
I'm gonna prove it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forgot what comedian it was. I was supposed to look it up, but I got lazy. Wasn't it? I feel like it was Cat Williams. It was like one of his stand-ups is like, honestly, if it wasn't for women, men would live in a fucking box.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we do all of this for you.
Yeah.
I swear, no, for real though, because the amount of times that I've been to like a single dude's house and he literally has like a mattress on the floor and like a single lazy boy chair in front of a TV, and that's it in his entire house.
They just don't want us to be happy.
There's like
Complete serenity.
Right,
like,
be happy as hell.
there's like 6 paper plates and a single fork.
They use less water.
Mm-hmm. Efficiency, really. They just don't want us to be happy. That's all it is. That's all it is. And that's what I was thinking about, like my house. Like, I obviously, I was thinking when I moved in here, I have stuff and things. I did make the joke with my brother, though. I have way too many candles for a straight man.
I don't know. I do like a good candle.
I love a candle.
You know?
Yeah, good candle.
Every time I walk in your house, there's some sort of like lovely smell, and it makes me very happy.
I like things that smell nice, and like my house to be one of those things. I live in it. Today was fabuloso. I mopped.
Yeah, it did smell like Fabuloso in here when I walked in. I was like, somebody's been cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's been cleaning good.
Oh yeah, I know what it does. I know what fabuloso's here for. It's the good stuff.
Yep.
It's that good shit.
That's that good shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that was our episode about some women inventors. I think we're gonna. Hopefully, we'll be able to get another episode or two in this month for the ladies. I was looking up while we were doing the beginning of this podcast just to like see our metrics, because like we have been trending like more women than men listen to us now, and it's still true.
Oh yeah, where my ladies at?
Yeah, it's nice. It's actually kind of. At first, it was such a bad skew. Oh, it was so bad.
Yeah.
It was like 60. It was pretty much 60-40.
Yeah.
Now it's just a little different.
Yeah.
But it's 60-40 women and men, which, hey.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'm glad you all listen to us.
Too.
And at least keep us, and find us at least moderately interesting, that's nice. But yeah, so, thanks for listening to the episode. If you made it this far, we appreciate it. Give us a like and share. Like we mentioned earlier, we're trying to hit some new goals this year. I mean, it's year 3. We're trying to grow the podcast, trying to get hit some new audiences. We're going to be doing a lot on our end. So if y'all keep supporting us, we're going to keep doing it. So
yeah, we're going to amp up efforts, guys. So
yes,
we're rallying the troops.
Yes, maximum effort.
Maximum effort, everybody.
Yes.
We need you. We need the troops.
Yes,
Thanks.
indeed. We need your support now more than ever. So give us more shares, give us more likes. Rate us on Spotify too. It's been a while since we got a rate in there. Mm-hmm. We actually did get one new follower today. That's nice.
Fuck yeah.
If you're our one new follower, we love you.
Yeah, leave us a comment. Actually, I wonder who you are.
Let us know who you are.
Yeah, who was the newest follower on Spotify?
Show yourself.
Right, reveal yourself.
We'll give you a shout out on the next episode if we remember to do that.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, we should start doing shout outs on our podcast anyways. Like if you leave us comments, we might read it out.
Yes.
Loud.
Let's do that.
Yeah, that's fun.
Wait, do we have any recent ones?
Let me check.
Let's do that real quick.
I really do feel like Mattingly just posted something on us.
I believe that.
Yes. Mattingly did on our episode about Vatican Mysteries. If you haven't heard it, go back and listen to that. I was going. Mattingly commented, "Who the fuck doesn't use the Oxford comma?"
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Yes. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, Mattingly.
Yep.
Love
Good
it.
times.
Incredible.
Good times. Shout out to Mattingly. Anywho, so yeah, if you leave a comment, you make us laugh, we're gonna probably read it out now.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I read Ashley's comment last time about her paying for counseling for B and Ben.
Yes.
So
okay,
yeah,
so this is a thing now.
this is a thing that's going to happen now. So yeah, if you leave us a comment, we're going to read it out at the end of the episode.
Yep.
For you all. Yeah, this is a new thing that we're doing now because it's cool.
Yep. So leave us comments.
Yeah, leave us comments, and we'll try to read it out if it's funny and if it's at least not horribly offensive.
Yeah. It's not like.
Or that. Or maybe you are being mean to us and we just make fun of you.
That's true, yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Or if you are mean to us and it's really funny.
Don't be mean to us. Anywho, we appreciate you giving us a listen to. If you made it this far, we appreciate it. As always, give us a like and share. And a follow. Check out our merch. We got some of that going on. And we'll catch y'all next time.
Thanks,
That'll be
guys.
cool.
Bye.